This right here is my abandoned Dodge Viper from Texas. Yes, abandoned Dodge Viper. Doesn't look like it, right? Because you're kind of seeing the end of the video at the beginning of the video. So this is a little unfair. This is a 1995 Dodge Viper with 28,000 miles that I found down in Texas. Now, I'm in New Hampshire. I am a long ways away. I bought it at an auction. I had it shipped up. I knew it kind of ran. I don't know how it ran. I just knew it started, and it was nasty. And in today's video, we are gonna bring this thing back to life. This is part 2. So if you saw part 1, you saw how it looked, the original point when it showed up. I'm gonna show that right now, right here, bing. And I ended part 1 with the headlights, because the headlights just took so much work. Part 2, we're bringing this whole thing back to life, and we're making it roadworthy. We're gonna go through the whole car. Just everything that you didn't see in part 1, we're finishing in part 2. I am so excited. These are my favorite cars. They're my dream cars. I had posters of these on my wall when I was growing up. I have a red one that I've had for the past 10 years that I'll never sell. Something about Dodge Vipers, they're affordable and they're head turners. Today's a fun video. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels, and let's get going. 1995 Dodge Viper V10 with 28,000 miles. And why on earth would somebody abandon this car? I have no idea. In part 1, I had this thing shipped up from Texas. It sat for a month at my location because I've just been too busy, and we're bringing it back to life. It needs a lot of love. And at the end of this video, you're gonna see what all that love did and how it paid off. And then we're gonna try to sell it for a profit. So let's rewind back to my shop and start part 2 when we're bringing this thing back to life, and I'm gonna show you everything we did to get it to look like it looks like right now. Rasul doing what he does best. Now, I will say, usually you try it in an inconspicuous place first. You tried it in the most conspicuous place first. So usually you want it like a hidden spot, but I'm curious to see what one section comes out with. I have to go. Can you take a picture of it and send it to me when you're done? Yep. And I'll post it right after this video. Thanks, Rasul. I'll see you later. So I love working on cars, even more than me working on cars. I love leaving and coming back to a car that looks like this. You really did a great job. It looks so good. And 24 hours ago, it looked like it was ready for the junkyard. Wow. Thank you for this. So this is kind of funny. When I first started making YouTube videos, it was for convenience, like how to reset an oil change light, how to whatever. Well, it took me so long to learn how to remove the instrument cluster, like the whole dash from my other Viper. I made a video, a step-by-step video. So I just Googled how to remove dash and light switch from Gen 1 Dodge Viper. My video came up from 6 years ago. A few things we noticed when we were removing the dash panel. Here, let's get rid of this. You can take that, Sherman, thank you. Phillips screws everywhere, and it matches here, so you have to remove them everywhere. So now, people helping people, I'm helping myself. Now I can just share it to Rasul for him to see how we removed the dash 6 years ago. I love YouTube. 15 minutes in, maybe 20 minutes, everything is out. How are the directions I gave you on YouTube?
Plus, yes, I wouldn't be able to take it out that stink without you instructing.
That's why we make them. So now everything's out, we're gonna scuff them. What's nice is the lenses aren't here, so I don't have to tape anything. We can scuff it, these pop out from behind, scuff it down, wash it with ammonia, and then we're gonna prime them and paint them satin black, and it should look excellent when we're finished. And there were a couple pieces from originally that were cracked and broken, so we're just gonna use some epoxy to clean all these areas up too and put them back together before we scuff and paint. All right, the dash is out, and we're just gonna trim black these things. So we'll do some primer first and then some trim black. Rasul, can you hold this camera for me? I don't think it's necessary, actually. I'm gonna dust this on. Now I have a choice of satin or semi-gloss. I don't know which to go with. Satin will hide more imperfections. That's tough. I think I'm gonna go with satin. Just a quick tip that Rasul and I were just discussing. Rasul painted and something flew up from the ground. Every time I paint, I would prefer a piece of plywood on top of the barrel, like something elevated. You never really want to paint on the ground because the pressure will bring dirt up in the air and then land on everything. So the higher up, the less likely you are to get something on whatever you're painting, like that right there. So the next thing I want to work on are these side pipes. So let's scuff them down because some of it's flaking. These are texture coated. Just scuff them down with a knife, and then we're going to reapply a new texture coating to them. And while we're at it, it's been 24 hours, I can remove that, and there we go. both weather strippings adhered. Look at these two knuckleheads. I have this thing out of storage, or not storage, it was sitting out in the winter. And then I have my 13-year-old doing his summer job. He's working at the shop this summer. All right, next thing we gotta do, because it's been sitting for a while, we have to check the tire pressure on it, okay? So that thing has been sitting outside. That's a whole different video, but we're gonna go through this thing so I can start using it because it's sometimes nice out. With that in mind, having to go through this, we have to check the tire pressure. I have an incredible product that I use all the time that I want to recommend to you guys. And haha, this right here. I keep these in my car, in my wife's car. So I have one in my car, I have one in my wife's car. I keep certain things like jump packs, tire inflators, and portable vacuums. This Yantu is a tire inflator. All right, here's what's cool. So yesterday I took my Goldwing out of storage and the air chuck, I couldn't find it for my air compressor. My jet ski trailer, same thing. I couldn't find my air chuck for my air compressor. And then you gotta like turn the compressor on and have the hose read. It's a lot of work. I keep these in my truck and my wife's car. This is a portable tire inflator. And what's cool about this is you can see USB-C, so you can actually charge it and it holds a charge, lithium-ion battery. Or if sometimes these things die, you can use a 12-volt charging cord, which it comes with right here. So if the battery's ever dead in it, I just plug it into the cigarette outlet or the power supply. People don't know what cigarette outlets are anymore. I plug it in and it powers this thing right up. Now the other neat thing, I can set my tire pressure. So I can turn it to like 36.5 and I set it, and like Ronco, I forget it. I leave it alone, it fills up my tire. One charge can fill up to 5 tires up to their max tire pressure. And then again, if the battery runs out, you just plug it into your car and you're still able to use this. Unlike others that like once the battery's dead, you gotta recharge it and then use it. Here's the other cool thing. Like I'm not cranking and twisting things on. It's a valve. I just plug it on right here, close this, plug it on the wheel. Now look at it, it actually tells me that my tire pressure's at 32.5 right now. So we're good. I'm gonna turn it up to 36.5. Set it and forget it. I'll come back to it in a minute. Here's what else is cool. What sports do you play? Ooh, Mustang GT. Soccer, right? You're always asking to fill up your soccer ball. That thing fills up soccer balls, volleyballs, basketballs, you name it. You have the attachments in the case. Come on, man. Of course I was gonna make it. The other cool thing is that fills up a full tire from flat to full in under 60 seconds. So you're not like sitting around with a slow tire inflator. Like I have some like old-fashioned ones that I've got at like cheap stores, like dollar stores that you plug into your cigarette outlet. It takes forever to fill up your tire. Done already. Like I didn't cut or edit this video. That filled it up so quickly. All right, guys, I'm gonna go inside. Can you fill up the other 3 tires for me? You can get 20% off instantly with the link in the description. There are certain must-haves in your car. This is definitely one of them. Thank you very much for this video, Yantu. Guys, seriously, go I have them in my own car. Go check it out. I do recommend it. What do you guys? You set it and you just walk away and ride your bicycles?
Pretty much.
Wow, that's easy. Cool. Look at how rough this thing is. This is a whole other video. Oh, you got a sneak preview of the roll bar. I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, let's get back to the Viper. So if you're old enough to remember the show Home Improvement, Tim Taylor and Tool Time, he used to do things the wrong way just to show people what not to do, right? I do the same thing. Yeah. So we primed the parts. Primer leaves a texture because we kind of dusted everything on. I did not sand the main part, the main dash, and you can see there's a texture now. So I scuffed everything. I'm gonna re-wash them. This, I have to let the paint dry so I can re-scuff it and then wash this and then spray it to get a smooth coat on everything. Don't skip steps. I skipped a step and it looks poor. All right, so all the hard work from before, I have to redo it. Now I'm gonna say, I should have done it right the first time and I didn't. I skipped a step. These sandable primer, way easier to prime than paint. All right, this is sticky from being in the sun. I should do it all over again. I sanded this, which was way more work than sanding everything else that was primed. And now the dust is sticking to, like, this is tacky. This would leave a fingerprint if I put my finger on it. So just do things right the first time. All right, I'm a hack on the internet, clearly.
Wow, that's it right there.
Yep, those are all the parts. I can't seem to get this tweeter off, so I just took a paintbrush with some black paint. I'm just touching it up, and that is a big difference. There we go, from rusty to black. I'm gonna do the other side too. That's better. That's wet, so that'll be 2 coats. 1 coat of primer, 2 coats of finish, and it should dry with a nice satin, I hope. So these are aluminum, they don't rust. But what they do, I just said do, is oxidize. So they oxidize under the paint and bubble. Happened on my car too, which is so frustrating. I fixed it, and it came back in other spots. And what you'll see, just like the Ford F-150s and Expeditions, their hoods oxidize under the paint, and it powders, and the powder bubbles. And then you get white powder bubbles bubbling up your paint, which is so frustrating. And that's what it looks like. You can see the powder right there. That's the aluminum oxidized.
The next day.
We're going on those side pipe areas. We're gonna sand them smooth and then recoat them with like a satin black. Also, shout out to my friends at Wicked Cause. Wicked C-A-S, Cause, not Boston, Massachusetts Cause. They gave me some speaker covers. They do automotive stereo. So they had a speaker cover that I could put right here. Gonna look good as new. We're sanding these smooth right here, and we're gonna texture coat them once again. The dash is back together, and then it's up in the air already for services. So we'll do like oil change and all the other fluids, and we should be good to go. And go. Looks great. And boom, just like that, tweeter cover is no longer rusty, and it's no longer missing a speaker cover. Same with the other side. All right, Rasul has sanded it down. It's smooth, it's patched, it's repaired. It's ready for paint. Can you hold this for me right here? We have the spray shield right here, and if I can get the cap off this texture coat, test it. There we go. Oh my goodness, I love the finish of this.
Can you readjust the shield?
I think we're good. Yeah, we got it. Let's go to the other side. Yeah, that'll dry nicely. It'll have a great finish. We'll do a second coat once it dries. And she is done. Now it's time for service. This car came from Texas, so there is no rust underneath, which is amazing. And look at how everything is shielded. There's the cap over to the side pipes. The starter looks like it's been replaced, which is awesome. It's not soaking wet underneath. All joints have been greased already. All fluids have been checked. Now it's just a 9.5 quart oil change with filter, and this thing gets photographed and up for sale. But to be honest with you, a guy has already come looked at this. He's sitting it outside for a month, and he left a deposit on it. He wants it, but he hasn't seen it finished. We haven't really talked price yet, so we'll see how that goes. It'd be great if it just sells as soon as it's done. And then the last thing Rasul's ever gonna do at Flying Wheels is the most satisfying part of the job. Peeling tape lines. All right, and she is done. I'm just gonna give it a little wheel clean and then take it for photos. These wheels didn't look that bad, but so easy to clean. And such a 90s wheel. All right, let's take this for our first test drive and see how it compares to my Viper. Now, all the pedals are very close together. They're very close ratio. This is a legit race car in 1995. Everything was tight. Everything's close. You want it all right where you're supposed to be. So your hand positioning is exactly where you should be sitting. Same with your seating and your foot positioning. All my gauges are easily visible. So we have our temp, oil pressure, fuel, and battery. We have tach and speedometer. 28,000 miles. Starts right up. That sounds good. It sounds like a truck. It's so weird. That is like no other sound. I know a Viper coming down the road more than any other car. Maybe a Ford Taurus with a bad fuel pump, that too. Little static coming from the speakers, but the speaker actually works, which is cool. The radio does not work in mine. Now these cars scare me a little bit because there's no smarts, there is no computer, there is no brains, it is just power. There's no traction control, there's no ABS, and that is why a majority of these cars have reconstructed titles, because if I just get on this gas, the rear end lifts up and it spins in circles and goes off into the woods. And believe me, that has happened to me, my cousin, and my father in Vipers. It happened to me when I was 17. My cousin was stupid enough to let me and a buddy borrow it. I went to go visit my buddies at work. I came out of there sideways and it just spun 3 more times and I could not stop it. My father did it with my mom when he was turning around at an intersection, overcompensated, went off the road. My cousin left my cookout when I was a kid, went right into the neighbor's yard. And I'm telling you, it's not because we're bad drivers. These cars are really scary to drive. just powerful and fast. You fix the radio too. Wow, this is the reason I love my job right here. I love turning something ugly into something beautiful, and the radio works and it drives well, and geez, it's just, the headlights came out incredible and the paint looks incredible. This is the stuff that makes me love my job. Look at how clean these wheels are. I mean, the car just sat and it didn't sit in like moisture, so nothing got rotted, and geez, it just came out so beautiful. Look at how nice it is in the light. Now, on video, it probably looks better than it does in person because there are some flaws. I didn't have the green match right here, so you'll see that is off. I could not find this part for the life of me, so I taped it to be presentable for photographs. Don't hate me. You know I'm the biggest hack on YouTube. I could not find that, and I don't know what to do now. I mean, I at least cut the line straight. I would love to know your ideas on what to do with that. I can get the green match for this. I was just waiting for the paint to show up. I cleaned the calipers. We did a synthetic oil change. We checked all the fluids. We did a full state inspection on it. This car just came out so nice. The radio even works. Did I already say that? The dashboard is I'm pretty impressed with that dashboard. Just like, geez, I'm gonna say the same thing over and over. Look at how beautiful that green is. I wasn't even a fan of this green in Dodge Vipers because I like red, but this green just pops. It is so beautiful. Now I'm gonna drive it and enjoy it, but I just got a text from Lauren at my office saying the guy that wants to buy this is at my office right now waiting for his final test drive to purchase it, so I might not even be able to enjoy it. But I have it for sale for $30, which is what he's buying it for. That's a heck of a profit and a heck of a transition. View from the inside, that speaker cover cleaned it up perfectly. The tweeter is now black. The dash, satin black, dried up well. It looks good. It closes now, which it didn't before. We matched the dash to the door covers. We painted these as well in satin black, so they all match. Yes, the radio works. The visors work. The seats are clean. Yeah, this came out nice. And realistically, it's the last of the real driver's car. It's a manual transmission. It's not paddle shifters. Everywhere I go, I get waved at or thumbs up, or somebody says something about the car. It's just really a fun experience to drive these cars. Now, sure, you could drive a Mustang or a Camaro or a Corvette. There is nothing else like this car on the road. And compare it to a Ferrari, this car gets as many head turns, as many thumbs ups as a Ferrari does, which is really neat. And to be quite honest with you, a car like this from 95 or a Ferrari from 95, I would choose this 10 times out of 10 times. For example, try to work on a 95 Ferrari and order parts. This one needed coolant temp sensor. I called AutoZone. It will be here tomorrow for $23. All the mechanical parts are readily available because it's a Dodge. The hardest part about driving this car is not kicking it out sideways coming around a turn. If it was my drift car, if it was a Mustang, a Camaro, or even a Corvette, I know I could. And this one, I don't know that I can. This is how these cars should be driven. New Hampshire back roads in the summer. This is just like the best place you can have a top off on a 75-degree day is back roads in New Hampshire with tree branches going over your head. It's just so serene and peaceful. I love it out here. One thing I did not anticipate was Facebook Marketplace. Every single person on Facebook Marketplace thinks that their 2007 Ford Mustang GT or 1994 Chevy Camaro or their hot rod or their souped up Harley or whatever is worth the same amount as my Dodge Viper. It is ridiculous, the trade offers that I'm getting on Facebook Marketplace. Check this out. The Viper to Facebook Marketplace, and I can't tell you how many is this availables I've got with no response, but then we get people from all over the country that start conversations and never respond. Again, yes, is it available? No response. Bill messaged me and says he has a 78 Trans Am Bandit, which sounds awesome. 78 Trans Am Bandit, right? Says he wants $35,000 for it. It isn't a Bandit. It's a Trans Am that he converted to a Bandit, so it's a clone. And it doesn't even have T-tops. It's not the original matching numbers 6.6 liter. It was originally a 350 and he put in a 455, so it's a clone. That car isn't worth the same. Justin wanted to trade his hot rod. There's another yes, it's available. 2007 Mustang dark red with black leather, super clean, and an 80 Dodge Murata, which I've never even heard of. They want to trade both, which is apparently worth $32,000. This guy wants to trade me his Viper pickup truck, which he thinks is worth the same. It's not. That's a cool truck, but it's not. So I got tired of it and I just started saying no to people's cash offers, 25K cash today. A lot of people wanted to come look at it, but I started to get fed up with people. A lot of people asked if I'm interested in trades of similar value. Everybody, again, thinks their car's worth the same. He has a 1997 Eclipse GS APS-T Spider, which I'm actually really into. I love those, but he never responded. And obviously I'd want more cash on top. Or yes, it is. 22,000 cash, so $10,000 less than my asking price, which is already the cheapest Dodge Viper in the country. 25K cash. I hate Facebook Marketplace so much. All right, here's one that really got me. This guy, hey, would you consider an even trade for the same value? And I'm so fed up at this point, I say, here we go. I've heard this before. Let's see what you have. Understand the skepticism. 1974 L82 Corvette. Now, a 74 Corvette is not worth $32,000 in any condition, even though Grundy agreed to a value of $32,000. Now, Grundy's like a Haggerty. You tell them what it's worth, they agree to it as long as you pay the premium. So I wrote, Haggerty will agree to $100K if you pay the premium. Thanks for the offer. So he wrote values. If it's worth that, just sell it and give me the cash. Price is the lowest in the country. Everybody asks me what's my lowest price. This is the one that really frustrated me. I posted it on a Viper forum on Facebook, and this guy said, seems car was repainted in 01 Sapphire. I wrote, car came this color in 95. Black, red, and green were the three options they came in. So bad color in your pic, supposed to be green. You mean even though the color shows blue? Not sure what in the hell you're saying. The car came green, is still the original green. Pictures are blue. Whatever you see is what you see, but the factory color is called emerald green. If you're interested purchasing, let me know. I'm the admin pointing out there was no blue 95 stocks. Cool, and once again, it's not blue. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe you don't have your glasses on. Either way, your color is sapphire green, and it's the original color. And if you're an admin and want to keep harping on it, maybe put it to a vote and ask the group their thoughts. Needless to say, Facebook Marketplace was an absolute waste of my time.
A few days later.
So the Viper has officially sold to a guy local. He actually saw it when it looked like it was abandoned. He saw it in our parking lot and he left $250 on it. And he was very patient, waited 3 weeks for us to finish the car, make our videos, do everything we wanted to do. And he paid today, so we're on our way to drop the car off at his house. I picked up my little girl from school. I'm gonna drop the car off at his house and it officially goes to the new owner. So it's delivery day and I feel fortunate to have the cars we have and get to do what I do. Like, I'm dropping off a Dodge Viper and getting picked up by an H1 Hummer. This is everything I would have ever dreamed for, and had the freedom to pick up my daughter from school. Everything I would have dreamed for when I was young and like would have never thought to be a reality. So pretty cool. Like, if you put your mind to it and want to do something, I did it. And you could too. So I hope this video is informative and educational. You saw what it takes. Like, I had this thing shipped up from Texas. I took a gamble. I did a lot of work to it, but it pays off. And now it looks like just amazing. And I enjoyed myself doing it. If this video was fun, there's a thumbs up button right down below. Hit the thumbs up for me and tell me what your thoughts. What would you have done differently? What would you do for that plastic piece right there? What projects have you worked on? Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Adios.